this morning. And Georgia 400 southbound from Old Milton, about 39 minutes, and 85 southbound from Highway 316 is about a 25-minute ride. So we'll have another check of your morning commute coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Natalie, thank you very much. Well, with voters one day from heading to the polls, serious charges are being hurled by the Secretary of State's office.
Yeah, officials say they've opened an investigation into the Georgia Democratic Party after an alleged hack into the state's online voter registration database. Good day's Mark Teichner is live at the state capitol with more, including the Democratic response. Good morning, Mark.
Well, good morning, guys. You know, the folks who work in the Secretary of State's office there behind us for Brian Kemp, one of the governor candidates, say they're just trying to keep the election safe. But the Democrats say they think this is really just dirty politics. Is it a last-minute election bombshell or a desperate political stunt? The Secretary of State's office hurls serious allegations against the Georgia Democratic Party. Sunday morning, a spokesperson for the office claims someone tried to hack into the online voter database that'll be used by polling places on Election Day. The Secretary of State's office says the hack wasn't successful and that the FBI has been contacted about what happened. A statement sent out by the office says, quote, "While we cannot comment on the specifics of an ongoing investigation, I can confirm that the Democratic Party of Georgia is under investigation for possible cybercrimes." The Democratic Party pushed back hard on the allegations, saying it did nothing wrong and accusing Secretary of State Brian Kemp and his office of making bogus political claims in hopes of swinging the governor's race his way. The Democrats again called on Kemp to step down while he runs for governor against Stacey Abrams. Their statement read in part, quote, "This political stunt from Kemp just days before the election is yet another example of why he cannot be trusted and should not be overseeing an election in which he's also a candidate for governor." While making appearances on Sunday morning talk shows, Abrams said that she thinks these allegations are nothing more than a desperate attempt by Kemp to change and distract the voters. Reporting live from outside of the state capitol in downtown, I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta.
All right, Mark, thank you. A new poll from Signal, a polling and research firm in Alabama, shows Kemp with a 2% lead over Abrams among likely votes. The survey was taken early last week. Meanwhile, tomorrow, count on Fox 5 News for complete Election Day coverage. We'll have the first return starting at 8 p.m. on fox5atlanta.com and on the Fox 5 Atlanta Facebook page. We'll have live team coverage and analysis on air starting on Fox 5 News at 10.
Your time now is 5 minutes after 7 o'clock, and Good Day's Buck Lanford is here with more of the morning's top stories. Buck, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ron and Sharon. We expect to learn more today about a murder in southwest Atlanta that left the ex-fiance of an Atlanta reality TV star dead. Saturday, 37-year-old Sutton Tennyson was shot and killed in a house on Jewel Drive. Tennyson and Angela Simmons, the daughter of rapper Rev Run and niece of music mogul Russell Simmons, have a baby together. Police spent most of Sunday canvassing the neighborhood where Tennyson was killed.
When Grady arrived, they were able to they attempted to treat the male and pronounced him deceased on scene. At this time, it appears as if it was a dispute between three parties. All three parties have been identified.
Now, police haven't said whether anyone is in custody in this case. Parents are outraged after members of the Brookwood High School band used their instruments to spell a racial slur. Now they want those students to be held accountable. Good Day's Caitlin Pratt is live outside the school with what the principal is telling parents. Caitlin, good morning.
Good morning to you, Buck. A lot of people talking about this one. A lot of people upset about what happened on Friday night, and the principal wasting no time sending out this letter home to parents who say they want these kids held accountable.
Ain't a raccoon. Our mascot is a horse. It's a Bronco. Okay, the V and R and all was nowhere near.
A disgusting display by the Brookwood High band in the middle of the football field Friday night.
You're bold enough on senior night. That means all your parents, your grandparents, everybody is there, and you're bold enough to spell those words and stay there long enough so that everybody could read it and take pictures.
Here's one of those pictures. We've blurred out the racial slur spelled out with instrument covers usually used to root on the team, the Broncos.
Haven't heard it in years. You know, it's to belittle black people. It's an insult. It's just like saying the N-word.
The school's principal responding in an email Saturday saying the band members did not follow band rules, that those letters should not have been used, that the band's director was not on the field during the performance.
Nobody went to stop it. Nobody interrupted the song. They played the whole song out. You know, how is this allowed?
Parents we spoke with say they're not just appalled, they're angry and want the students behind this to take ownership for their actions.
I don't even know if this is a black-white issue, because my understanding, like I said, a couple of them were not white. They just did something that was wrong, and they need to be held accountable.
So where do we go from here past the letter that the principal sent home to parents? Well, we're told that disciplinary action will be taken against the students involved, and also that there'll be a review of halftime procedures in the future. It's the latest here in Gwinnett County outside Brookwood High School this morning. I'm Caitlin Pratt for Good Day Atlanta. Buck, back to you.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. Now, cleanup continues this morning after several powerful tornadoes ripped through the Tampa area on Friday. The tornado stripped the roof off of the backside of this home in Spring Hill. That's also where Anthony Stellado's girlfriend and their newborn daughter rode out the storm. They've already cleaned up some of the damage thanks to the help of Sheepdog Impact Assistance, a nonprofit made up of former law enforcement officers, firefighters, and ex-military members.
They're absolutely thankful. You know, how can we thank you? A lot of times we just say, you know, a good handshake and, you know, just remember us in your prayers.
The family still has to meet with an insurance adjuster to determine just how much it will cost to repair their home. All right, 7:09 is your time. Let's check back in with Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Joanne Feldman to find out what our forecast holds. Joanne, good morning.
Good morning to you, Buck. And yes, we'll have our own severe weather risk here within the next 24 hours. But here's the view right now from our Fox 5 Netcam at Glen Hotel. Sunrise was precisely at 7 a.m. this first Monday after the time change. Not that you're going to see much, if any, sunshine today. Instead, the raindrops covering the lens there really tell the story of the drizzle that's hanging in the air, which is mostly what it is because our live radar sweep is not picking up on any measurable rain outside of these very small showers over northeastern parts of Troup County. We'll start to see more patches of light rain eventually, a little more activity on the radar, and then there comes late tonight and tomorrow where this weather system right here is going to be a much bigger player in what happens here locally. Right now it's not producing severe weather, but as temperatures heat up today and this system travels eastward, it will spark severe weather today to our west. So it's already going to have quite a history behind it before it gets to North Georgia. The question is, when does it get here and what does it produce? And this is the hour-by-hour forecast. Outside of some drizzle or light rain today, it is just kind of nuisance rain and nothing more for this Monday. But then we're watching after midnight. Now, we can be hopeful that the strongest storms steer north of Georgia, but we will expect, as these are first coming in before sunrise tomorrow, that they can be strong enough to bring damaging winds or even spin up a tornado. And then we're going to watch the time frame of about 9 to 10 a.m. for these to get weaker and move southeast of the area. So this means for Election Day, the second half of the day is just fine. I think by 10 a.m. and later, it's going to be quiet. So if you're trying to plan your trip to the polls accordingly, early morning is stormy weather. Second half of the day is just fine. Today, though, we're headed to 68 degrees. It's not even going to take sunshine to bring us to our near average high there in the upper 60s. And tomorrow, once the sun returns for the afternoon, we'll move up to 75 and still near 70 on Wednesday. There is a chance of rain every day of this work week. It's not much of a chance for Wednesday and Thursday, but Friday will be wet and then it will be drier and turning a lot cooler there over the weekend. Let's check back in now with Natalie Foltz for a Skybox traffic update. Natalie?
Good morning to you. Well, the ride in from Alpharetta is typically a heavy one this time of the morning, and now we've got a vehicle stall on 400 southbound right past Haynesbridge Road, so it's definitely impacting your commute. This is a live look through a DOT camera. You can see police are on scene and that vehicle stalled over there on that left shoulder, but it is blocking that left lane right now. So it's about 41 minutes from Old Milton to the top end. We also have a crash inside the perimeter on 85 northbound near Langford Parkway. It's in the left shoulder, but it is also creating some backups before the merge with I-75. And let's check in on some south side trip times this morning. On 75 northbound from 675, it's about a 14-minute ride. 675 northbound from 75 is about 12 minutes, and 85 northbound from Sonoya Road is about a 6-minute ride. So we'll have another check of traffic coming up in just a few minutes. Sharon?
Natalie, thank you. Time right now, 7:12. U.S. troops are lined up at the border with Mexico, awaiting the arrival of the migrant caravan. What those soldiers can and cannot do once the refugees arrive.
And I'm Portia Bruner. He took a leave of absence from his job as mayor of North Ogden, Utah,
when his National Guard troop was sent to Afghanistan. Up next, we're honoring this father and husband after he lost his life serving his country.